Hello there guys, it's your boy Blue Cowan here, back in another video, and today I'm going to do What If Deku Was Betrayed, part 3. Hope you enjoy it. So like always, a small recap is needed, but if you somehow missed last part, click an I button right here. And if you want another part of this series, you know the drill, drop a like and 600 likes and I will make it. So last part we left off with Deku going to see his mom and saw the state that she's in, and the doctor told him that she might not wake up. He got pissed, needless to say. And the voice inside his head is not helping. So while he's going back to his house to refresh, the one that betrayed him are getting berated by Aizawa. Mike was able to stop him, then their parents shows up, they ask what happened, and after Aizawa and Nizu bluntly tell them what they did, the parents start berating their kids, especially Mitsuki. She asked him why he did that to his childhood friend, but Aizawa scoffed and he told her that he was his childhood bully, not friend. So after that Bakugo exploded, literally, and he starts shouting. So a very angry Nizu told him that the second he healed enough, he will be out of UA permanently and his hero career just ended. And for the rest, they are temporarily suspended. And because of this, Nizu give everyone an early break, or just a week to be precise, so the teachers can focus on searching for Deku, because after the fight, Aizawa revealed that he never saw Deku fighting that way. Combine that with what Mirio told them and his sudden power-ups, Nizu realized that it would be better if they stop him before he does something that he will regret. And after some time, Mitsuki went to see Inko, and Deku was there. He told her to get out and never come back. And he threatened the doctor, telling him if he found anyone except the doctors inside, he will have only himself to blame on what will happen to them. He doesn't care if it was a hero or even All Might. No one will enter. And after their conversation, Deku went to see Nizu and ask him what happened. Why did they betray him? At first Nizu was going to call for Aizawa to try to calm Deku down, but Deku saw right through him and told him to show him or he will get the information the other way. Nizu understands, so he showed him the video and Deku got pissed. Everything that he did to them and a simple video is all it took for them to betray him. So he left after he told Nizu to make the teachers stop following him. And by the way, he called them fakes, not teachers. So after that, All Might tried to stop Deku in his way, so he went to UA, but Deku is faster than expected, so they missed him, or he missed him. And Aizawa is waiting at the hospital, so he cannot go see his mom. So after some time, Aizawa went inside and talked to the doctor, and the doctor revealed Deku's state, or his previous conversation, and his mom's current condition. So while he's waiting for Aizawa to leave, Deku is roaming around. He encounters some kids or bullies. They're a bit older than him and they are torturing a cat. So he tells them to stop. They grab him by his shirt and tell him to not play hero. Deku smirks and his eyes turn red and he tells them he won't. So he beat them to a pulp, but he let them go after scaring them. Then he saw the cat and it's injured, so he touched it and wished for him to have a healing quirk. And the second he said that, the cat was healed. So he realized that his power can not only heal himself but also other people. So he rushed to the hospital and tried to use it on his mom, but sadly it didn't work. Then the voice inside his head tells him he's weak and there is way more power inside of him. And he needs to fight, he needs to use his anger to dry it out. After this, Deku wear a mask and he starts fighting random villains. Until one day he heard a conversation about a fighting club. Because earlier today the doctor told him that he needs to pay for his mom's expenses, because insurance will not cover it. So after he followed them to the warehouse, he registered by beating someone up because they told him he's just a kid. So he went to fight his opponent, or to be more precise, it wasn't just a one-sided beatdown. And by the end of it, his opponent told him if he is a demon. So Deku decided to use that name for himself, Majin. So fast forward a week and Deku is still fighting, and school resumed, so everyone returned, even the one that betrayed Deku. Aizawa was going to start the class, but Ida told him that Midoriya is not here, so Aizawa sighed and Mineta told him what happened. And Todoroki was in rage. He lashed out at everyone. even Aizawa after he told him to calm down. And after they asked questions about Deku and what happened to him and where is he told them why they're still here. The one that betrayed Deku, Aizawa told them that his class, his rules, so Todoroki gets up and walk out. Seconds after that, Ida joined him, then Minata, then the rest of the class, except the one that betrayed Deku. And in the way out, they encountered All Might and he was able to convince them to go back to class because they are searching for Deku and their help will not be needed because they cannot do anything. After that, he went to Nizu's office and he informed him and he found Aizawa there. Then they got a phone call from the doctor and he told them that Deku just come by with a large sum of money. So that alarmed them, so Aizawa decided to go and to see where Deku is getting this much money, and he followed him into an alleyway and he saw him put it on a mask and he realized that he's the vigilante that Avon is talking about. Then he followed him to the fighting club and he saw him fighting. So he realized where Deku is getting his money, and now he's watching Deku fighting his next match against the rapper. And I think that's it for the summary, so let's begin. So now Deku is staring down the rapper and the rapper is smiling ear to ear. So Deku used 5% of one for all and he charged at him and they clash. So here's the thing. We don't know how strong is rapper, we only saw him fighting once against Kirishima and Fat Gum. But from that fight we saw that he's a beast. He was able to break Kirishima's Unbreakable with only one punch. And he was fighting for years. So needless to say, I know that he have a lot of experience under his belt. I won't say that he's an expert martial artist or anything, but he know how to handle himself in a fight. On the other hand, we know that Deku is stronger than Kanon, to be precise. But he's not at the same level that he was in part 1 of the story, like I said in the last part. And even though because this weird power he have a lot of experience than before, I don't think that it will help him too much against Rapper. At least at first. Anyway, let's begin their fight. So they charge each other with Deku using 5%, and they clash. Rapper commented he's strong and fast, but he fought people stronger and faster than him. So they start exchanging blows, but Rapper is a bit faster than Deku, because of his quirk, of course. And after landing some powerful blows to Deku, he pushed him back against the wall or whatever there is at the edge of the arena. So Deku realized that he cannot fight him head on because in terms of rapid fire, he's faster than him. But One For All can enhance all his body. Rapper's quirk only enhances his mobility of his shoulders. So Deku started jumping from wall to wall the same way he did against Stain. And he started increasing the speed more and more. And that was able to throw Rapper off guard. So Deku was able to land some blows, and after a kick to the face that sent the Rapper flying backward, he was able to collect himself and he wiped the blood from his face that is coming out from his mouth. He smirked and he started laughing. "You're strong, kid. I will give you that." "Oh, sorry. I mean, Majin. You're the first guy in a while that was able to push me this far. So I'll give you some credit. So let's continue our fight, shall we?" So he charged at him and Deku started using the same tactic again. But this time, Rappa was prepared. The second Deku attacked him, Rappa delivered a furious gut punch that knocked the wind out of Deku. And without wasting a beat, he charged at him and started delivering barrage of punches. So the previous attack was able to break through Deku's defenses, so he's open. So he took the full-blown assault head-on, and after one good punch that sent Deku flying into the wall, and also made Deku spit out blood because his punches really hurt. So Deku fell to the ground on his stomach, clearly in pain and bleeding. "Like I told you, Majin, you're strong, but I can clearly see that you don't have a lot of experience. You're still new to fighting, and even though most of the fights are to the death, I will stop right here, so give up. I want to fight you again when you get stronger." So, give up, you have already used everything that you have. There is nothing else you can do. And when he said those words, Deku started thinking rapidly. Giving up, that means that he would give up on his mom. He can't do anything, just like with her. "No!" Deku shouts. He slowly gets up. "Give up? Nothing else I can do? Don't make me laugh." The power of One For All starts fading away from his body, and in her place, the pink aura starts surrounding Deku. His eyes turn red, his wounds instantly heal, and he yells that he won't give up at top of his lungs, and he charged at Rapper with immense speed that shocked Rapper, and he delivered a fierce right hook to his face that sent him flying. Rapper started bleeding from his mouth because of that. He was shocked at first, but he started getting excited and he smiled. "You are full with surprises, Majin," but Deku did not reply. And Rapper saw that the look on Deku's eyes changed a bit, and also something else. There is some black thing or whatever around his iris, It's like his sclera is slowly turning black. So Deku charged at him with a punch. Rapper replied by kind and they clash, and the force of the impact was able to send Rapper sliding backward and his arms sting a bit. Rapper smile, you're stronger. Good. Fight me more. And by the way, because of the previous attack, a bit of his mask fell off. I mean Deku's mask, not Rapper. So after the Rapper talked to him, Deku did not utter a word. Then he smirked and he power up. Then he charged at him with a barrage of punches and kicks, and Rapper is in the back foot. And he also realized that Deku is getting stronger and faster by the second. His attacks are less and less predictable than before. But he's also realized that Deku is losing himself a bit. The black part around his iris is slowly growing, not too much, so he put 2 and 2 together and realized the more his eyes turn black, the powerful he become. But he also realized that power comes with a cost. He will lose himself in it. So Rapper decided to create an opening, and he was able to do it. He was able to push himself away from Deku just long enough, so Deku charged at him with a punch. Rapper does the same, but Deku's punch was strict at Rapper. Rapper's punch was going back or around Deku and hitting him in the back of the head. So both of them delivered their respective attacks, and because Rapper's punch stings, needless to say, he was able to knock Deku out cold. The same way All Might did, but this time it took everything that the Rapper had to knock him out. He did not hold back at all in that punch, but he's not in a good condition either. Deku's attack did quite a lot of damage that he was able to just stay standing for a couple of seconds more than Deku, then he passed out. Everyone was surprised about the level of power, but since both of them are knocked out, they don't know who to give the money for or the win, so they start thinking about themselves, and since Rapper stand 2 seconds before Deku, or more than Deku, sorry, so they give him the win. So both of them were taken to the back room, and Aizawa is watching them from the shadows just in case if they try to do something shady to Deku. Surprisingly, they didn't. They thought of doing it by testing something on him, but when they look at him, Deku emanates this weird menacing aura that gives them goosebumps. So fast forward a few minutes and Deku wake up. What happened? You're awake, huh? Deku looked to his right and saw Rapper. Wait, I was fighting you then. Oh, that happened again. Wait, again? So I was right. You lose yourself inside that power. None of your business, Deku tell him. Rapper stayed silent for a few seconds, then he tell him. Wait a second, I remember you from somewhere. Trust me, you don't, Deku tell him. No. Oh, now I remember. You are the crazy kid from UA. I saw you in the sports festival. You always break your fingers, then your arm during your fights. And I can see that you improved quite a lot, but what's up with the pink aura? This is new. Deku stood silent. This silent treatment? Really? Ah well, I don't care anyway, but I did enjoy our fight, and I want to do it again. We just have to heal up. Then you look at Deku and he's standing and he's fully healed. You're healed already? How? Deku once again did not reply. If you can heal, why did you not use it during your fight against that half white, half red hair guy? Deku sigh. You talk too much, you know that? I'm just trying to make a conversation with you, and I don't want any of that. Well, can you blame me? Why a student of UA is here of all places? X, Deku tell him. What? X student of UA. What? Why? You're strong. Did they kick you out? I dropped out. What? Yeah, it's just full of bunch of fakes. And I will not waste any more time with them. What happened? Why do you care? You're trying to kill me like 5 minutes ago. Maybe, but that was on the ring, doing a fair fight. I might be a villain, but I'm not a monster. Deku blinked. Then he looked at him. You're weird. And what he just said was stupid. Then Narapa told him that life is not fun without a bit of stupid in it. Deku just gave him a weird look and tell him, you're an idiot. Stupid, smart, reason are one thing, but it's the soul that decide love and hate. And that shocked Deku a bit. Is he really a villain? So answer me this, kid. Why are you here? Most of us here are for the fame, the excitement, and the money. But I can see it during our fight. You're not enjoying it. And that power of yours is changing you. It didn't, Deku tell him. This power saved me. Then look at his hands. I need to fight. I need to grow stronger so I can save her. Someone close? Rappa tell him. Now I understand why you are fighting. You're not fighting for yourself. You're fighting for whoever this is. Well, that's exactly what you expect from a hero. I'm not a hero. Not anymore. This area of heroes are just fakes. Stain was right. What the hell happened to you? You're always like heroes and whatnot doing the sports festival, so... Let's just say that I saw the true colors of the heroes. They don't care what you do for them. They don't care how much you sacrifice for them. They only see you as an obstacle, just waiting for the opportunity to stop all over you. Then Rappa told him, so what I'm getting at is, so from what I'm getting out of you is, someone from UA hurt you, or to be precise, hurt the person that you try to save right now, for something selfish. Am I right? Deku did not reply. I will take that as a yes, but whatever. Then Deku gets up and starts walking, then Rappa told him to stop. What do you want? I want to make a deal with you. I'm not interesting. Then Deku starts walking. You can become stronger. Deku stop. I'm listening. Rappa smile. Here's the thing. You want to get stronger and I want a good fight. So how about we help each other out? What do you mean? Deku asked. Train with me. Huh? Train with me? That's it. You are one of the few people that actually give me a challenge. So you're strong. And even though you don't like fighting, you have the drive for it. Me on the other hand, I want a good fight against strong people without holding back. And even though we just fought, I can sense that you want to fight more. So how about we both help each other out? But I have to warn you, I don't hold back, like I told you. You will get hurt. Deku did not reply for a few seconds, thinking about it because... he did get slightly stronger from this fight. Then Deku looked at him dead in the eyes and tell him, when and where? Rappa smirk and he tell him, the second I heal we start fighting. Like, I guess, in a couple of days, you did quite a number on me, kid. And for you it looks like that you are already healed. It's a shame I cannot do the same, I really want to fight you. Deku stayed quiet, then he took his right hand and tell him, maybe I can fix that. His hand started glowing a purple aura, then he shot almost like a ki blast toward Rapper. He asked him what is he doing, then he saw that his cover head to toe with the same aura, and he can see that his wounds are healing pretty fast. He tried to move but he's still in pain. It still hurts. Deku started looking at his hand. Still not strong enough, huh? Damn it. Not strong enough, Rapper told him. So let me guess, you're focusing on increasing this technique to be precise, right? So the person that got hurt is badly hurt, right? Deku did not reply, then he nodded. The hospital cannot heal her, so this power is the only chance I get to heal her. Her? She's a relative or your girlfriend? My mom. I would have stayed quiet if it was anything else, but not her. She already went through enough because of me. Then Deku's eyes turned red, and because of them she got hurt. Some heroes they are, just a bunch of fakes. Anyway, I cannot heal you fully, so I guess tomorrow we'll fight or train. Rappa nod, then he smiled. Be ready because I will. Yeah. Then Deku turned around and started walking. And Aizawa heard all their conversation and he felt bad. Like he expected, not even once he mentioned his condition. The only person that he cared about right now and he wants to save is his mom. And he's willing to go through a hell of a training to save her. So I start following him. Back to Deku when he exit the warehouse and start walking. After a bit he stop, then he turn around, stick his left hand and fire a ki blast toward a roof of the building. Look, Deku said, let me give you an advice. Stay away from me. Consider this a warning shot. And if you think I missed, I guess your left hand is saying otherwise. So, if you want to stay in one piece, don't follow me anymore. This is your first and last warning. Then Deku turned around and started walking, and the person that he shot at was Aizawa. And Deku is not lying, the attack did graze his left hand. So he decided for now to listen for Deku and retreat. So he went straight to recovery girl and she healed him. And after that he met up with Nizu and he tell him what he heard. I guess your guessing was right. So what should we do? Aizawa asked. Give me some time, I will think about a plan. He's too sensitive right now. Any wrong move and he can push him over the edge again. Aizawa nod and fast forward to next day. So Deku's side job or his vigilante job started getting a lot of attention and people start calling him the reverse Stain because Stain was hunting down heroes, but he's hunting down villains. So needless to say, Deku's plan of going under the radar just failed because now they are wary of his presence. Even though they don't know how he look because he's always wearing black and he have a mask. like in the thumbnail of the last part. Plus his hair is covered with a hoodie, so no one know how he actually look, except for his red glowing eyes. So the next day Deku met up with the rapper, and it was basically a deserted warehouse or something like that, and the training was brutal. But in a way that's exactly what Deku needs, a way to let out all his anger without holding back. Plus he's getting stronger, so he got what he wants, but something unexpected is happening. Deku is slowly opening up to Rappa. Sure, like I said, they mostly fight, but spending most of your time with someone eventually will lead you to opening up to them. And of course Deku is still going to the fighting club, and for the past few days, him and Rappa did not fight on the ring. Not only because they always fight outside of the ring, it also will be boring fighting him again and again and again every day. Well, more than usual. So during this time, not only Deku was able to get a hold of his power a bit more, he also far surpassed Rappa. Because even without using One For All and only using his new power, Deku is able to break the ground by just stamping on it. The same way he did against Shisaki in the anime. But sadly he's not strong enough to heal his mom yet. So whenever he feels down and he cannot fight a rapper to let out his anger, he basically uses every villain that he found doing his job as a punching bag. And because of this, All Might is getting worried because this new vigilante is roaming free and he may go after Deku because of his state. You know, always angry and fighting everyone. So during a close meeting, All Might tell his concern, then Aizawa sigh and tell him, I don't think you should worry about that. Why? Nizu asks. Because Izuku is the vigilante. And that shocked them both. What? You sure about this? Aizawa nod, and he tell him to think about it. The timeline of this vigilante showing up and Deku running away is almost the same. Plus this vigilante have red eyes, the same way Deku's eyes turned after he used his new power. And he was able to see him wearing a mask a few days ago. And from the description of the vigilante, there is a strong possibility that he's the vigilante. And Aizawa add, then he told them the conversation between Deku and Rappa. So both All Might and Aizawa feel like failures because Aizawa failed his student and All Might failed his successor. But Nizu start thinking, I might have an idea of bringing him back. All Might perk up, same for Aizawa. What is it? He want to get stronger, right? They nod. And I'm pretty sure he cannot fight Rapper all the time, so how about we tell him to come to UA so he can train properly without fear of anyone stopping him. So not only we can keep an eye out for him, but also we can try and help him. Both them sigh because they know that it's a risky decision, but they don't have any more options. Then Mark barge in, Nizu tell him what he's doing here, and he tell them you need to watch this. He showed them a video live with Deku arguing with some heroes. So what happened? We have to go back a few minutes. Deku is going around the city because he doesn't have anything to do for now because, like Nizu expected, he cannot fight a rapper all the time. So while he's walking, he saw some villains attacking a civilian. And it looks like they are going to kill him, and there is no heroes around. So Deku quickly power up One For All 10%, he leaped toward the villains and started beating them. And it only took him a few seconds because, comparing this with his fight against Stain and Rapper, this is just a walk in the park. So when Deku is done, he look at the civilian and tell him, you're okay? The civilian nod, good. And then finally the hero shows up, they ask what happened here, and after they told them, they start berating Deku for involving himself in a fight. And by the way, the press is here. So after they stop, Deku tell them, you're done? Why you? So let me get this clear, you're telling me that what I did was wrong. The heroes nod. Okay, Deku said, and he walked toward the civilian that he saved and bow. And he apologized. The civilian tell him, for what? Deku looked at him dead in the eyes and tell him, for saving you, of course. And I learned my lesson, I will not do that again. So next time I see someone getting attacked by some villains, I will just ignore it like a good civilian and let him die, full knowing that I can save him. Then Deku turned to the heroes and tell them, so that's good enough for you? All of them are speechless. Then the heroes told them, but we didn't say it, you just told me that what I did was wrong. And by that you mean saving him was wrong. So what is it? I'm wrong or not? Well, you pick, damn it. You're telling me that saving people was wrong, then letting them die was wrong? Pick something, damn it. The hero stood quiet. You know what I see? I see a bunch of fakes knowing that a kid stole all their fame from them. That's why you're angry. You're not angry that I used my quirk. You're angry that I stole the spotlight from you. Psst, bunch of fakes. So now tell me, when next time I see someone getting hurt, can I save him or not? Well, you Speak, damn it, or since I face you with the truth, you're lost for words. The heroes did not reply, but the civilians are getting a bit angry at them. Sure, the kid did break the rules, but he also saved a life. Then one of the heroes remembered him. You're a UA student. You know better than anyone that what you did was wrong. X, they could tell him. What? X student. I dropped out. What? All of them shout. Why? Because they are filled with heroes just like you. Fakes. And next time before you open your mouth, think, you fake. Then they could turn around and start walking away, leaving everyone questioning what happened in UA. So after they saw this, the teachers were baffled. It's worse than they thought, and now because of his actions, UA will start getting bombarded with some questions. But in the other hand, in a hideout, the villains are happy, especially Shigaraki. Sure, it's not the result that he expected, but Deku changed. He only sees heroes as fakes, even UA, so he's thinking of recruiting him. Back to the teachers, All Might realized that he needs to bring back Deku ASAP before the League of Villains try to use him in his vulnerable state. They try to stop him, but he just zoomed out of UA, and he's using more than 20% to catch up to him. And because Deku is not using One for All or his new power, All Might was able to catch up to him. What do you want, All Might? You're here to take your quirk back? Fine, you can have it. No, I'm not here for that, young Midoriya. I'm here to help you. I don't need your help. So if you're not here for your quirk, leave me alone. Then Deku starts walking. Wait, young Midoriya, please go back to UA. I won't. Going to that school already caused me enough pain. Look, young Midoriya, I understand. You're angry. No, you don't. Angry is an understatement. The people that I trust, the people that I sacrificed both my hands and legs multiple times to save them, betrayed me just because of video. It's all it took. One single video for them to betray me and turning my life upside down. So I'm not going back there. So leave me alone. Then Deku power up One for All and use his new power and zoom out of there. All Might is surprised. He's faster than before. Then immediately All Might went after him and he's keeping up with him until he had enough and he started using more of One for All to stop him. Young Midoriya, stop. I'm still not fast as you, huh? Why? Why what? Why you want me to go back to UA? Because you want to save your image? Stain was right. Only bunch of fakes. You don't care about me or my safety. You only care about yourself and your image. Young Midoriya, please, it's not like that. Last warning, All Might. Leave me alone. Sorry, young Midoriya, but I won't. Remember, you asked for it. Deku stick his left hand and pointed toward the building. All Might's eyes widen. Young Midoriya, you won't. Deku smirked, and he shot a key blast toward the building. All Might quickly got in front of it and pushed the blast away. And when All Might looked where Deku was, he's nowhere to be seen. Damn it! Well, I don't have any more options. Back to Deku, after he was able to escape All Might, he started thinking that what he did was weird. But he was able to escape him, so he doesn't care. He warned him. So fast forward a few hours and Deku was done with his job and training with Rapper and fighting in the ring. So he's going back home. So after he entered and lay down, after a few minutes, he heard a knock on his door. Who is it? It's way too late. He opened the door and saw All Might. What are you doing here? I didn't make myself clear last time. Or do you want me to blow up the whole building? I know that you won't, young Midoriya. Even though you did aim the blast toward the building, it was curved. So even if I did not step in front of it, it would not have hit the building. Deku sighed because unlike you fakes, I don't hurt innocent people. So, for the last time, if you're not here for your quirk, stay away from my life. Deku was going to close the door, but All Might stop it and he tell him, but young Midoriya, listen to me for 1 second, please. Deku looked at him dead in the eyes and tell him, you have 10 seconds, make it count. I'm tired. Here's the thing, I want you to go back to UA. That again? I won't. But you can train without someone stopping you all the time. That's on top of your current training. Let me guess, Aizawa told you, huh? All Might nod. So, what do you say? Deku stood quiet, then he tell him, I will think about it. Now, leave. All Might nod, and he wished that he was able to go through to him. So Deku closed the door and he started thinking, they want me to go back? That's only because of what you said earlier on TV. Yeah, but I can use this to my advantage. Maybe I will go back, but there will be some conditions. So fast forward the next day and Deku went back to UA. So once some students saw him, they were surprised because most of them saw the news of yesterday. So Deku went straight to Nizu's office Midoriya, you're back. Yeah. Can you just wait for a bit? I will call Aizawa and All Might. Do whatever you want, but make it quick. So Nizu called for Aizawa and All Might. When they arrive, All Might was happy to see him here. Deku on the other hand, not at all. So Deku told them, you want me back, right? But I have some terms. What? You heard me. Let me make one thing clear. I don't need you. You want me back. And I know why. It's only because of what I said yesterday. They tried to talk, but Deku told them, I don't care what you have to say. I know that it will be only lies to cover yourself. So here's my terms. 1. No one, and I mean no one, will talk to me except if it was school related, and only the teachers can do that. Second, then he looked at Aizawa. Tell your fakes to not come near me, or they will regret it. And last, you have 3 strikes. To be fair, 3 strikes? You heard me. If you wrong me 3 times, things will not turn out good for you. Young Midoriya, that's not the way how to talk to Principal Nizu. Yeah, I don't care. No one here deserves my respect, because I know that the ones that betrayed me are still here. Right? Well, yeah, I knew it, Deku told them. Just like with Bakugo, you don't care what they do. You always take their side. Bunch of fakes. They tried to talk, but Deku glared at them and he told them, share it. So, Nizu, what do you say? Do we have a deal? Sure, but I have also one condition. You'll stop doing your vigilante work. So you're telling me to stop saving people? Wow, real heroes, and Deku start clapping. It's not like that, young Midoriya. I won't deny it. You are saving quite a lot of people. But there is some rules that you need to follow. Yeah, tell that to the people that betrayed me and beat me half to death and put my mom in a coma. So let me tell you this. I will stop. As long as I am inside UA, doing school time. Beyond that, I can do whatever I want. And if you think you can stop me by making it public that I am the vigilante, I'm pretty sure the media will be very interested on hearing my story. So, what do you say? We have a deal? Nizu sigh, you have a deal. Good. I guess we are done here. Then Deku gets up and starts walking out. I should follow him, Aizawa said, and he followed him. Then All Might let out a sigh and he tell him, he changed. Well, can you blame him? Nizu tell him. In a matter of hours, his life turned upside down. The people that he trusts the most betrayed him. And from Aizawa, we know that the only support that he had was his mom, and look how she ended up. And that is on top of his new power. So for now, we just have to be really careful around him. Because one wrong move and he can easily turn into a villain. Or someone just like Stain. All Might sigh and he agree with him. Back to Deku, he's walking with Aizawa. Then Aizawa entered the class. He told everyone to shout it. But they're already quiet because ever since the accident, they are not talking too much. They are mostly glaring at the one that betrayed Deku. So when Aizawa entered, Deku followed behind him. Everyone was surprised to see him and happy. Ida was going to hug his friend, but he stopped in his track after he saw the look on his face. Then Deku spotted the one that betrayed him and he glared at them. Alright, Midoriya, go to your seat. Deku started walking and went straight to his seat. Some of the class tried to talk to him, but Aizawa told them to share it. So fast forward to the end of the class, and All Might come barging in because it's time for hero training. Everyone got their stuff or the hero costume. At first they are going to talk with Deku, but Deku just grabbed his case and he zoomed out to the class. So he quickly changed and started waiting for them in Battlefield. He was there before All Might and he tell him, "You're here early, young Midoriya." Deku did not reply. "You don't want to talk, huh? What do you want me to talk about? How my mom is in hospital? How I'm trying to master this new power to save her? I won't even bother telling you that because I know that Aizawa already told you. So, what do you want me to talk about? Look, young Midoriya, I understand, you're upset. You don't. Look, young Midoriya." Then the students arrived. Then All Might tell him, "We'll talk later." "We won't," Deku replied in a cold voice. So everyone gathered, and to make it simple, they will do the same thing they did in the first training with All Might. Heroes versus villains. And also it will be random. So to make the story a bit interesting, Deku is teaming up with Oraka. So when she heard that, Oraka approached him and she tried to talk to him, but Deku glared at her and told her, "Stay away from him and to not even think of talking to me." And for the villains, it will be Ojiro and Kurashima. So after All Might give them some time to hide the bomb, All Might give the okay for the heroes to start entering the building. But the second he said that, without using one for all, Deku zoomed inside the building with immense speed that shocked everyone. except All Might because he saw him using this speed before. In a mere seconds he already cleared all the building and he found the bomb. So when he break the door down, he started walking inside, and needless to say, Ojiro and Kirishima were shocked and terrified because Deku's eyes are glowing red. Ojiro quickly snapped out of it and rushed Deku. He spun around and tried to hit him with his tail, but Deku avoided him and delivered a fierce gut punch that sent him flying into the ceiling. Then he fell to the ground and knocked out. Then he started walking to Kirishima. "What's wrong, Kirishima? Afraid?" Then Deku smirked. "You should be, because now it's a 1v1, not a 1v5. And you don't have to drop on me." "Listen, Midoriya bro, I'm sorry." But before he can finish the sentence, Deku rushed at him. Kirishima hardened himself and Deku punched him. And Deku easily break through his hardening and make him spit up blood. And that attack made Kirishima fell on his back. Then Deku stomp on him and tell him, "What's wrong? Already done? Tss, weak." Then Deku kick him on his side, send him flying into the wall. He started walking toward him to punish him more. He stuck his right hand and started charging the ki blast. But he's knocked out, so All Might informed them that the hero team win. But Deku did not cancel his attack until after a couple of seconds. Tss, pathetic. Then he started walking out. In his way out he saw Oraka and she saw that his glove had a bit of blood on it. Then Deku looked to his glove and wiped the blood out of it. Then he walked past Oraka. She started crying because she knew that she's at fault for what happened to him and what has he become. So when he returned to the security room or whatever the name of it is, everyone is staring at him in awe. Deku on the other hand did not care, he just leaned on the wall and started waiting. Ida and Todoroki approach him and tell him, "Midoriya, what do you want?" Deku tell them, "We're just here to see if you're okay." Deku glared at them and he told them, "What do you think? So, stay away from me, I don't need your fake sympathy." "What? Fake sympathy? But it's not fake, we are your friend, we are worried about you." "Friends, huh? Yeah, I thought that I had someone like that before." Then he looked at Oraka, "And they simply betrayed me for nothing, and they caused me more pain than any villain. So, take your caring, take your words, and take your sympathy, and shove it up your ass, and stay away from me. I'm going out, staying here make me sick." Then he exited the room and go to changing rooms. The one that betrayed Deku, except Kirishima because he's knocked out, felt bad and they start crying. Todoroki on the other hand is furious and he tells them, "See what you did? All of this is because of you." Then Ida put his hand on his shoulder and tell him, "Todoroki, that's enough. You don't have to beat a dead horse." Todoroki scoffs, and fast forward a couple of hours and they are done with the hero's training. They go back to class, study a bit, and it's time for lunch. Deku gets up and starts walking to the door, but someone stopped him by grabbing his hand. "Oraka, let go of me." "Wait, Deku." Deku glared at her. "Finish that sentence and I will cut your head off. And let go of me. Last warning." "Wait, Midoriya, please, let me just explain." "Explain what? How he beat me half to death? Don't waste your breath and don't waste my time. I experienced that firsthand." Oraka tear up a bit and she tell him, "It's not that. It's just I have to apologize. I'm your friend and I betrayed you like that because of video. I should have trusted you more. I was just overwhelmed with everything." "Overwhelmed? Don't give me that BS. But let me humor you a bit. Overwhelmed with what? I saved your life from a 0-point robot. If it was not for me, you won't be here. So tell me, how does a video overwhelm you this much?" "It's not that, Izuku, it's just that because of Bakugo and everyone saying that you're the traitor, I was getting overwhelmed with my feelings. The truth is, I was trying my best to hide my true feelings from you. It's just, I really like you, more than a friend. It's just, with everything happening so fast, I was overwhelmed." Deku starts shaking. "Izuku, you dare?" Then Deku turned around, his eyes turned red and he powered up. "You dare speak up with this nonsense to my face? Like me, more than a friend? And that's how you treat me? Like a punching bag? So after all you did and all you said, you come to me saying that to my face?" And Deku's getting angry and angry. Then he swiped Oraka to his right, slamming her against the wall hard. And because the force the impact, she bounced from the wall. And without missing a beat, Deku kicked her, sent her flying across the classroom, making her slam against the other wall. Aizawa tell him what is he doing. Deku glared at him and he tell him, "I told you to tell your fakes to stay away from me, or else there will be consequence. And this is the consequence. And this is strike one." Then Ida speak up and tell Deku to calm down. and immediately Deku let out a massive bloodlust that make half the class go on their knees. Listen carefully here, you fakes. Stay away from me and consider what happened to her as a warning. Your first and last warning. And if anyone mess with me, even the recovery girl cannot fix what I will do to them. Then Deku turned around and walked out. And that left everyone speechless and shocked, especially Todoroki and Ida. Todoroki, did you felt it? That bloodlust is the same as him. Yeah, you're right. It's the same as Stain. And with this, I'm going to stop it right here. So what do you think of it, guys? What will happen with Deku going back to UA? Will he able to hold himself, or he will go on another rampage? What will happen next? Leave your thoughts in comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and like I told you, 600 likes and I'll make another part of this series. And if you're new, subscribe, there is more videos like this coming, and like always guys, peace